One of the requirements on our welding crew is every man has to be trained with a sniper rifle. In this case, it was a 50 cal, and it's for doing jobs over in combat zones. We got a job coming up in Baghdad, and I hear we may have to provide our own self-defense and maybe a little gunplay.
This is a yellow jacket nest. It's in the evening, so apparently me driving over them didn't stir them up, but earlier when I was mowing, they were everywhere. I'll show you how to take care of it. There you go. There goes one. Head to Tractor Supply or Amazon and order you some of this. It's best if you're able to use a air blower of some kind. They're called a puffer. There's a bunch of different names for them to actually shoot the dust in, but it's not required. Yellow jackets are very active during the day. You should do this as late as possible. Right now they're kind of chilled out, but I probably wouldn't recommend doing it this time of day. I just want to make sure you guys have some light to see. The nest will always be a hole in the ground, and you dump. I like to completely cover the hole, dump until it completely covers it. Once they get this dust on their wings, it like dehydrates them and they go. They are all around it now. Hey Lisa, what are you doing?
I'm waiting on my driver.
Lisa, you are the driver.
I am?
Yeah, you're the driver.
Some random on the internet told me I was the helper. My bad. Glad we cleared that up. Woo!
We'll see you later.
Have a good day.
So I found this super cool old Civil War bayonet while metal detecting in a field the other day. And today we're going to use electrolysis to try and restore it. I left it in the electrolysis tank for about 3 days to make sure that it got all the rust off. Now we're going to use a Dremel tool to make sure that all that rust is off the blade. Now I'm going to coat it with a chemical rust converter to make sure it's nice and preserved. Now that I'm done with it, you can see it's a nice black color and there's no rust left on it. Now let's put it back on a musket for the first time in 160 years.
My husband honestly thinks I can mow the pasture with this thing. Maybe if we get enough likes and follows, he will get a new mower so the horses can eat happily without weeds.
Dun dun dun.
Than you, I'm rednecker than you. Woo!
This is gonna be a fun trip. Listen to this shit. Oh, dude, that is so annoying.
Well, I think that was squeaking for a reason, because now my pedal drive is busted and I gotta manually paddle all the way back to shore in about a 120-pound kayak. So my life's a joke, and this is gonna take me forever.
Well, guys, I have a theory with the Beast that I'm going to try today. So for those of you that remember the Ranger, you'll know that when I got the F-150 fixed, I stopped using it as a daily and I parked the Ranger in the barn. Well, other than the fact that the battery fell off of the battery tray once and welded itself to the alternator, it's got a pretty minty battery in it. So my thought is, I'm hoping that I can take the battery out of this and it'll be enough to start the Beast. The Beast currently has a semi-battery in it, but it doesn't take much for the Beast to start. So I'm hoping that just a regular pickup battery will work. Well, I got the battery out, so we're gonna go try it. And I found this box of tools, got some balancing beads in it, and it's got my fucking cab lights that I couldn't find forever. These minty sons of bitches.
Alright, come with me to start a pivot on my bean field. Step 1, put your hair up so it doesn't get ripped off in PTO shaft. Alright, next step is earplugs so that I can hear when I'm 50, and then hydrate. First, check the drip oil. It's full. Perfect. Next, check the engine oil, and we are good. Battery terminals are connected. This switch is on start. This switch is on start. Now we gotta grease the PTO shaft. And don't worry, there's a fully charged battery and I just replaced the tube of grease. Oh, I got schmooed. Oh my. That's how you start a pivot with Laura. On to the next one.
Here you see the dumbass getter unstuck her 3000. It's patent pending. Got this here pulley boy. Going right there, that's custom.
Today I'm bagging the 4Runner. To give you guys some background, I use the 4Runner to tow my 350Z, and this is what it usually looks like. You can really tell in this picture the back is squatted way more than the front, so adding airbags to the back will hopefully even it out. First, I'm going to take a Sawzall to cut off 3 sections of the bump stops to make room for the airbag. Sectioning them off allows you to pull them out through the coil. You can take off the whole spring assembly to make this next part easier, but I didn't really find it necessary. So what I did was deflate the airbag, making sure not to damage that or the inlet, added some soap and put it through the coil with the air inlet facing down. Next, I added the air hoses to each airbag with the hose coming out the bottom, making sure to really get it snug on there so there's no leaks, and then I cut so there was no slack hanging. This air system connects both bags into one to ensure equal air distribution, so I added the T-connector to both sides and added the air inlet on the end so I can put air in from the air compressor. You can make it look nicer, but for now I'm just going to zip tie it, and finally I aired it up, and it raised the 4Runner about an inch and stiffened the ride quality.
Brother, she's on country shoe. From her cowboy boots to her down home roots, she's country. Now the race is on and here comes pride in the backstretch. Heartaches going to the inside. My tears are holding back there. I'm trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love scratch for another's sake. Race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all.
I told dispatch I'm not hauling any more heavy trailers. They told me to drop it in the yard. So I did. Literally. It's about as far in the yard as it will get.
I was born to be on top, born to call shots, born to cop drops and trick off at knots like a boss, stack knots like a boss, cop drive like a boss.
So this is what happens when you have a stallion and a mare that's in heat. Within a matter of seconds, our stallion Romeo could have lost both of his back legs, all because Hazel walked in front of him and got him a little bit worked up. So Romeo has a special condition called cryptorchidism, which means that he looks like he's been gelded, but his testicles are actually sucked up inside of his abdomen, causing a very risky and expensive procedure to be able to get him gelded. So we haven't been able to get him fixed just yet, which is exactly how we ended up with Goose and Maverick here. Being a sanctuary, we don't want animals to breed because as cute as baby animals are, every animal that's born here takes up the space of another animal that we could have rescued that was in dire need of help. So even though we do everything that we can in our power to keep the males and the females separate, obviously you can see that accidents can and will happen at any time. So I want to show you guys what to do if this ever happens to you. The first thing that we had to do was cut that metal fencing that he was all tangled in. We had to hold Romeo's body weight up off of the fence to keep it from pinching and causing lack of blood flow to his leg. And then we had to literally remove the fence, so we had to unbolt it and drop it down because there's no way that we could get a 1,000-pound horse off of the fence any other way. So as we were dropping it, we just needed to make sure to go really slow because if his leg got caught in the gate as we dropped it, then we run the risk of breaking his leg by doing that as well. Luckily, we were able to get him out with just a few minor scratches, which we treated with some ointments and creams, but this just goes to show that when it comes to life with animals, you need to be prepared for anything at any moment. And the best thing to do in this situation is just drop the whole fence.
See ya, bro. I see you. Ready?
Drop? I'm good. Cranking boot? Good.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, here's part 2 of the safety can filler neck. So we have 1.5 inch line coming down. And all this is going to get taken care of. This is just for make sure I can get good flow. So then we come into 1.75 inch. I need to go get a hose clamp. Don't kill me over it. Going to 2-inch original filler neck. Now the vent tube is just bent over for the time being till I get a pop-off valve for the vent tube. But yeah, she ain't going nowhere. That's how you do it.
Ramblings. Ready? Back on the golf cart, going through the corn. Hey Josh, go through the corn.
Not going through the corn. We'll go next to the corn, but we ain't going through the corn.
Dude, we gotta make a shirt that says not going through the
Not
corn.
going through the corn. That's our catch.
Dude,
that's our hook. We
it.
just found it.
We just fucking discovered
We
it.
just discovered it. Not going through the corn.
I think you said ain't going through the
Ain't
corn.
going through the corn.
Ain't going through the corn.
Nope.
Dude, I watch these videos laughing my ass off.
Dude,
And
I do
us,
too.
We were just fucking drunk as shit. Driving through the corn. Ain't going through the corn.
Ain't going through the corn. Ain't tearing no crops up.
No. Respect the farmers. You still haven't seen the sword of
See this?
Excalibur. Yeah.
You know
let me
what
see-
this is?
Oh, that's a
piece-
mulberry.
That's it is exactly what it is.
That's the only reason it gets to live.
Yep. I would have cut it down if it wasn't.
Olivia's making mulberry jam. If you want some.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Ow, ow, ow. Show them, girl, yeah. Boom, boom, bop.
Well, as far as I can tell, there's supposed to be a tire here where there's a tire there. So I followed the path and sure enough, there she was.
Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
13, 14.
I took a little trip.
Get in the back right now. Shut up. Get off me. Get off.
Look at them pants. He got Shrek fighting in there to see which swamp is his.
Why did I have to put up with this, dear Lord?
And that's how it is working with me. Life's short. Better live it how you want.
Hey, check it out with these cup holders, dude. You can fit you a shot glass. You can fit you a red Solo cup. You can fit you a Yeti cup. Or you can fit you a 5-gallon bucket.
Rolling.
All right, today we're going to start Bella 442 with Intel Start. Everybody calls it Intel, and what it does is it controls your fuel and your TOT. So what you're going to do is you're going to watch the TOT bounce. The reason this one bounces is because the bellows are dirty in the fuel control. So we're going to start this. We bust the throttle at 12%, and then we're going to look right at the TOT, and you're going to watch it bounce, but it won't exceed the TOT limitations. And that's what your Intel Start, well, Intel Start, Intel is what everybody calls it. It controls your fuel. There we go. Clear. And start the clock. All right, so there's 10 at the little needle, 11, 12. There's your throttle. Now watch that TOT, it'll come up, it'll start to bounce. And she'll bounce, and she'll bounce, and she'll bounce. 30% looking for oil pressure at 19 seconds, and there she goes back down. 40%. Sometimes this one hangs up at 50. Oil looks good. She's gonna climb through it. And 58 to 62 will release. We'll call it a good start and let everything catch up. That's a good start.
The boss man says this morning, he says, hey, you think maybe you could go one day without fucking up? I said, absolutely, boss man. I said, let's start that tomorrow though, cause
now we have a chain because we broke our first strap. Here we go. Come on, baby.
Mama always said I was born on the wild side. I guess Mama was right. 'Cause when the clock strikes midnight, I'm gonna ride the lightning, feel the thunder, till the darkness pulls me under. Gonna.
So there's been a bit of an issue and hiccup on the road with Papa Tracy's truck. First things first, one of the straps broke. Yep. Second issue, we're about to lose a tire. Out with the old and with the new. One strap out, new strap in. back on the road again.
Wrap this bad boy around the threads like so. Where it almost looks like a helicoil. Keep her tight. Get it wrapped around there a little bit. And once you unscrew her off there, kind of bend her here at 90 degrees. Snip your tail off like that. Screw it onto your bolt that you need. There. Once you get your wire stuck in your hole, it's wrapped around your bolt, you just gently pull and jiggle, and two hands make it a little easier here. Bam, pulls right in the hole, pull your wire off. Hope that helps some younger guys. Sometimes when you're cutting hay, you run into a hazard that if you ain't paying attention, you could really mess up. My blade was right there, and there's a baby deer right here. So we're gonna get this baby out of the way so we don't kill it, see? Maybe Mama will come back tonight, but it's right there in the way, see? We're gonna get you some help, buddy. Let me get it moved, and then we'll video it again.
All right, so just watch me right here, okay? I'm gonna grab that ground rod. I'm gonna grab that cable right there, okay? Nothing's gonna happen to me. I'm just gonna be just fine, okay? Don't be scared. Like a man, okay? Like a man, okay? All right, now I want you to do what I just did, okay? But you gotta grab the wire like a man. Grab the rod, now grab the wire. Nothing to work to grab it.
I can't.
All right, just do the bottom side of it. No, I'm telling you, you gotta grab it.
Oh, dang it! That hurt.
So when chaining a utility panel or a premier panel, we have quadriform tubing on the end. So you actually want to put them end to end and then chain them. And then whenever you're going to actually take them and bend them around, that's actually going to make that chain a lot tighter. So the proper way to do it is to take the chain from one panel, go underneath the rail of the next. Now we're actually going to lift this panel up because that's going to allow me to get an extra link. Now whenever that panel sits down, this junction right here, all the weight is actually on the chain, so that makes it, it's a seamless, no foot gaps or anything like that for the chaining mechanism. And then on the bottom, you want to take the rail actually over the top of it. That's going to make it so that whenever if anything ever lifts the panel up, it has to lift up the panel beside it, so it adds more weight to it. And now you'll take this and you'll turn it, and as you turn it, this junction's actually going to get even tighter. So you'll see right there, there's no slack in that at all, and I can lift this whole panel up just by that chain.
It ain't John Deere green, it ain't IH red, but it'll walk the dog on a pulling sled. 100,000 miles, barely broken in, burning rubber, trying to chase the wind. With all them 600.
Look, I really just want to know who it was. Am I mad? No. Disappointed? Yes. Terrified? Abso-fucking-lutely. I just want to know who opened a door, a window, who touched a box that was clearly labeled "Do not touch and let this bug out of Satan's asshole," and which Winchester brother I got to call to get rid of it. And don't think I won't burn the state of Missouri down if no one answers.
God damn it. It's in gear, parking brake on, and they twisted their tires? Aw, shit. Now I can't fucking take it at all.
So I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I hope a motherfucking engineer sees this shit. You guys are the biggest waste of fucking space, born from a half nut, from a limp dick, fall into a barrel of titties, come out sucking your thumb looking motherfuckers. You guys are fucking useless.
Here, put this on.
Put this on?
The horse.
The horse. The horse.
As much requested, what's it like inside the truck, right? So it's really not that much different from a normal pickup. Overall, I mean, it's still a pickup, like you can see that. 80 gallons of fuel tank, plus the 30 in the truck. You got a bed, a fan, stuff to block out the windows for when you sleep. Fire extinguisher, I've got triangles on the other side, a trailer lock, boots, miscellaneous crap. In here, got my log right there. Radio, GPS is up there. CB, your ELD, that's like the little box that tells no secrets. It's pretty cool. Not really. Other than that, it's just a normal truck. You got a bunch of wires running everywhere, but other than that, same thing. Hope this helped.
Okay, buddy. We'll leave you be.
Just so everybody knows, the world's about to come to an end. He found a fucking, like, fresh battery fucking hot shot. These.
Oh my god, y'all. This is that bullshit that fucking makes me want to go postal and start shooting motherfuckers. I called these stupid assholes an hour ago, told them I was coming to get my prescription. I show up and they're like, oh, it'll be another 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah, because I got a cut open gut and I want to walk around your fucking store with 7 sutures in my lower abdomen waiting on you to get my prescription ready. When I called beforehand and told y'all I was coming.
I really can't believe I just hit somebody. What the heck? Bro, I didn't even hit you that hard.
When you forgot your dad has TikTok and he saw your last post about a pony you weren't supposed to get, so now he's angry and you have to haul to the show without him. This is my cousin's paint who is terrified of everything. Her name is Estrella. She is 4 years old. She's never took a saddle before and she's never been ridden. And within 2 hours of patience and working with her, she accepts the saddle and now trusts me on her back.
The boss man says this morning, he says, hey, you think maybe you could go one day without fucking up? I said, absolutely, boss man. I said, let's start that tomorrow though, because I'm not sure that today's fuck up's already been penciled in.
Learn this trick from TikTok. Weld a bolt to your cap for your U-joint. Put some nuts and some washers on there. And they come off. And that's what they look like after you yeet it off there. Yeet!
Hello. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on today?
My mom's friend messaged her and was like, hey, I seen an RV. This is my grandmother's property. Well, she actually passed away this year, and now her daughter owns the property. And so my mom's friend messaged her and was like, hey, there's an RV over on your mom's property. Do you want me to run them off? And my mom told me to go check it out. So I called my Aunt Linda. She was the last one to take care of my grandma before she died. And I said, hey, do you know anything about what's up with grandma's property? I'm gonna put my bit in my pocket. I asked, so do you know anything what's up with my grandma's property? And she said that she owns it now and to go check it out. So I was like, okay, fair enough. I come out here and she said it might be our family friend Kevin Abernathy. She asked him to check on it. He sent her some pictures. And the first thing I asked, I videoed everything just in case, you know what I mean? Yeah. He said, hey, is your name Kevin? He said, what? No. I said, well, what are you doing out here? You don't live out here. This taxes were just paid by my aunt in Texas. You know what I mean? So she pretty much wants him gone, or however we start this process.
Okay, if it's not some friends or something like that living here?
It's definitely not, yeah.
Okay.
They even said that they've been here for 30 days, a squatting law, this and that, in Arizona. And I'm like, well, too bad my aunt just paid taxes in Texas. Like, she just paid him like a week or maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that.
So she did pay that?
Yeah, and then I could even give you her phone number for all confirmation, and then if
I'm gonna need her.
Yeah.
Finally got the Cummins V-Cam tune installed.
Well, you found my backup account, so let's go ahead and do a tour of the ambulance. These control the light bars, or what we like to call our flicker switch. This is a snitch bitch camera. It tells on us for everything, kind of like my ex-wife. Oh shit handle, oh shit handle, oh shit bar. Yeah, we have our moments. And of course, it's the fucking Taylor Swift button. We love fucking Tay-Tay.
Reasons I hate other techs. Episode 3. Somebody changed this fuel filter a couple 100 hours ago, and when they installed it, they used some type of filter wrench, and in doing so, they crimped it and creased it and caused it to fail. There's a crack now spraying diesel fuel. Please do better.
It's been a couple days. I'm gonna try to start Rose right quick. Give me a sec. Gotta connect the battery. Then we must get in this lovely truck. There we go. Alright. Let's get my key out. Let's see, which key do I want to use this time? This one. This one will work. Here we go. Maybe it'll work. Nothing. Daggone, is the battery dead? I don't know what it is. Now she don't want to start. I don't have any bolts for the battery, so it's been working without the bolts, but maybe it'll work now. Well, the turn signals came on, so maybe it just wasn't connected good. Let's see here. Alright, now let's try. Here we go. Hold up. Now that's promising. It cuts off instantly. I've come to the conclusion the battery is dead.
This loaded garbage truck had the rear end go bad about a half mile up a narrow lane. We grabbed it from the back, towed it about 25 miles from Rowan back to Warsaw, and delivered it to the repair shop.
So here I sit on the back of a U-Haul with a trailer, chilling, waiting for that tow truck to pick up this U-Haul because it broke down a quarter mile from the house after we packed it yesterday. Today we get to take this whole situation, move it to another U-Haul facility where I get to empty this truck, refill the new truck, put the trailer back on, and hopefully fucking get more than a quarter mile down the road. Then they try to tell me that they can't have anyone come to help us move because it would be a day or so at least. Meanwhile, this is a military PCS that we can't wait on. So joy. Then they offered us $500 off our trailer, which the military pays for anyway, if we loaded it ourselves. So, needless to say, fuck U-Haul. Fuck them up the ass hard with no lube, with barbed wire. This is some bullshit. If anyone's in, like, Smith Station, Alabama, come give me a hand.
Paramedics don't want you to know the secret.
Styrofoam on the window.
US of A. 'Cause we'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way.
Yeah, what that is? That's a damn Lamborghini panel wagon. Sapphire blue Lamborghini, boy. Man, look how big that thing is, man. You'll fit 2-3 bitches in there and throw a deer in the.
Customer states, slight vibration going over bumps. You're never gonna believe this. Both rear upper trailing arms are broke, and the U-joint is gone. Take a walk over to this other side. This one is gone too. I've already removed it. Both are snapped completely in half. I can grab the whole differential. He drove on it for 6 months.
It's raining, but how much? You ever wonder who invented the rain gauge? Most people think it was King Sejong the Great. He was the emperor of Korea back in the 1400s. But it was this thing right here. This thing, this ruined agriculture. Why? Well, in the 1960s, there was an inventor from Denmark that made a sprayer. It was awful. It was horrible. And of course, as salesmen, they couldn't sell it. When they showed up to the farmer's farm, they were like, hey, you go pound sand. We all know your sprayer's junk. So the inventor says, take this with you. Tell them, I will give this to you if you give me 15 minutes to try to tell you about our sprayer. Salesmen were like, what are you talking about? That thing's like 25 cents. These guys are buying combines and tractors. He's like, hey, you don't know farmers. Farmers will milk a 10-cent free refill cup of coffee for 12 hours, not leave a tip. Unfortunately, he was right. And they're still making those awful, awful, awful sprayers to this day. Rhyme with tardy.
If you got a chance, take it. Take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it. 'Cause a dream won't chase you back. If you're gonna love somebody, hold them as long and as strong and as close as you can, till you can.
Toyota, tell me how in the fucking hell I'm supposed to get the fucking bolt off for them fucking motor mount? What the fucking hell? I don't want to take off the oil cooler, Toyota. The fucking hell?
You guys won't believe this one. So the car is running 100% bitchin', right? Cool. We're gonna turn that off. We'll install the sweet bling bling for the crackheads. Key back on, car dies. Won't start at all. Pull the key out, take the dumb bling bling sweet stuff off. Fires right up. Don't put this shit in your car, ladies, or men, or helicopters, or whatever you identify yourself with.
My baby chick got wet and cold, so I gotta warm him up. Here you go, little guy. Let's see. 30 seconds ought to do it. Dang it, not again.
Just so we're clear here, horse girls aren't crazy just because they like horses. They're crazy because they will take a 1,500-pound beast and turn it into a lap dog just like your family golden retriever is.
Getting stronger. This is how legends are made. Above it all, untouchable. A new animal. This is how legends are made.
Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da-doo-dah day.
Here's what it looks like on the inside of the fucking car. Here's where I was fucking sitting. Holy shit, son. Oh no. Yep. Good. 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 Good.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Hey, don't run from the Lord. Where are you going?
Just a slight problem. Trying to get it out. But we're gonna give her a shot while I'm standing on it.
Can't say I never saw it coming. I can see the warning sign. Mama
Well,
said I was
one problem solved.
Ain't
Ain't she a beauty? With some farmer and tractor help, we got her lifted and roadworthy. We'll see what happens.
I am driving a lifted Dodge Ram truck. My lifted Dodge Ram truck has blinding white LED headlights positioned exactly at eye level. I am currently tailgating you in the right lane, even though you...
God damn.
That's my name.
So the mechanic said my daytime running lights and my turn signal lights are broken on the new lights I just bought. Well, I don't know how to break it to you, Captain, but they look like they work just fine to me.
So I want to try one of these start challenges. Pop the hood. Cold. Key in. Wait a minute. That's right.
Watch me groom and tack up in less than 30 seconds.
Waiting around through ups and downs, you know, I just said, look.
Don't judge Jack. He's chunky. We're working on it.
What's up, guys? This is the new lay down chair. It's called the Kickback. You've probably seen it by now on Facebook. We put it up a couple of days ago, and we got a lot of good feedback. But when we did, we had a couple of concerns from some big boys. They were wanting to know if they were going to be able to fit between these armrests. And our engineer that designed this thing, Tommy, he's 6'2", 275, and he fits just perfectly. But if you are bigger than that, or a little bit wide in the base, and you're worried about these things, there's no reason to worry, because they're optional. You don't have to use them if you don't want to. So you can put them down like that. There's plenty of room for a big fella to hang out on both sides.
When the gas company leaves toys in my backyard.
Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know. How would they know? How would they know? How would they know? I can't. I can't. Oh my god!
Bartender, I really did it this time.
Literally almost home. But I can't open my gate. If I do, they'll run in after me. Why? Go. Why? Every single time. I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you. This is my big boy, by the way. This is Chester. I raised him from a itty bitty baby. Now he's a big old bull. And she's Miss Leader of the Pack and brings him over here every single time. Why? Miss Annabelle. Pretty girl. Can y'all please leave? Just go. You guys have gotten so big. Mama and baby. Look how precious.
my husband what he does all day while he's home by himself, and this is what he sends me.
Zero to 60 in 2 point eventually. The first time I took that sumbitch out, it was a little late at night, so I said, I'm gonna go off from the neighborhood so I can get me a good test pass in. And I started out and I fucking took off and I had to fucking pull over because I outran the headlights. I swear to you. I mean, my year model only came with a 3-speed, here, there, and gone. So I'm trying to update it to a newer model that's only a 2-speed, fast and whew, what was that? I mean, that's how much you get plumb out of sight if you close your eyes. I mean, the top speed is to infinity and beyond. I mean, driving that summits down the road is more of a handful than my old lady after 2 margaritas at Taco Tuesday. I mean, that summits will just get it. Just get it. Last time I drove that summits, I had to call my old lady to make sure we was up to date on our insurance because I thought I got rear-ended, but it was just the taillights catching up with me. I mean, she'll break traction in snow. I mean, you rev it up and dump the clutch, she'll get greasy like a ball tire semi on a mile of wet asphalt.
I'm an old hog hauler. I drove a big truck. I shot the pinball machine, but it cost me bad luck. Put all I ever made in a pinball machine.
Oh, not off. Oh, crap.
Hey, Sarge. Yeah, I've been drinking. I can't come in tonight.
So I got sent to Iowa to pick up this fertilizer spreader all the way back to Kansas. Got overhang. Now my plan was to use my magnetic deck and Bluetooth binders to be able to tie this whole thing down, but I ran into one little problem. The problem I ran into is that this entire thing is stainless steel. What the hell's stainless steel? You don't need none of that. The problem with stainless steel is that it won't hold a magnet. See? Magnet ain't gonna work. Then my flashlight right here, she's gonna stick. Steel, stainless steel, ain't gonna work. Thankfully, being the big super trucker I am, I brought all the right proper chains and binders anyways, and we hauled ass right on down the interstate. Come on.
Set my truck on fire and roll it down a hill, and I still wouldn't trade it for a Coupe de Ville. I got an 8-foot bed that never has to be made. You might think that you're redneck, but I'm rednecker than you. I'm rednecker than you. Woo! Yeah, I'm down with the sound of a Dixie whistle, raising hell, praising hell, twist.
This is why you don't let other people hook up your trailers for you.
Because this horse trailer is 2 5/16 tall. And the dumbass that hooked it up has it on the 2-inch wall. So, thankfully, with my BMW, you just pull this pin right here, pull it, flip it, stick the pin back in. Kind of hard to do one-handed. There it goes. And put my other pin back in. And now drop it back down on there. And no casualties this time around, but that could have been a really bad situation. So it's super important to always check that and just hook up your own trailers.
I owe it all to my blue-collar roots. Feel like I'm working overtime on a runaway train. I got to bust loose from this ball and chain. I'm a hard working man. I got it all on the line for a piece of the promised land. And I'm burning my candle at both ends. About the only way to keep the fire.
Customer states, truck sounds like a snare drum.
Want to know how my day's fucking going? You see that bale right there? I unhooked the lining from there, stuck the pin in the string of that bale to drive over here to hook this fucking lining up. And guess where the fucking bale decides to fall the fuck out of the back of the baler? Over there with my fucking pin still under the string. Goddamn fucking straw. So the other day, Turtle and I here, we're driving down the road. Cruising down the highway about 65. All of a sudden a pheasant flew up, hit my hood, flew over the truck. Sheriff car behind me. Landed on his windshield and broke it. Pretty soon the lights come on, I pull over, sheriff comes up, license, registration, and proof of insurance. Alright, and I said, well, what did I do? He goes, I'll get to that in a minute. He says, everything looks good here. He said, you know why I pulled you over? I said, no, I've already asked that question. So I'm going to tell you why I pulled you over. For flipping me the bird. Have a good Wednesday, people.
I got women up and down this creek, and it keep me going and my engine clean. Run me ragged but I don't fret, 'cause there ain't been one slow me down none yet.
The following clip contains skill of an obscene nature.
Dante do it shit like.
What do we got here, boys? $39.99 for a hook the size of my head? Gator grappler hook. A gator grappling hook. Should have known, we're in Florida.
This is I'm losing it. I lost it. Okay, securement time, assholes. Ohio to Arizona. 2 chains, 4 binders. Hooked up there in the frame, down to the trailer. Hooked up around there, down the trailer. Let's get it.
This is my land. This is what we pray for. And this is God's plan. If you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country. This is who I am.
How about new, you crazy Dutch bastard?
We got no fear, no doubt, all in balls out. We're going up tonight to kick out every light, to get anything we want, take everything inside. We'll go until the world stops turning while we burn it to the ground.
This has got to be the weirdest stud I've ever been around in my life. Just hang out in the rain, man. No big deal. Sit down, take a break. It's all cool.
So the farm I manage, my wife works out here as well and works with me. So I'm raking hay. I got her stuck in the baler. A lot of people out here ask me, why don't you bell? Why do you let your wife bell? Well, the way I look at it, belling is kind of like food prep. Food prep is kind of a woman's job. So that's why we let her bell. That way she don't miss the kitchen too much. She's used to keeping up with the food prep. You're doing a good job, honey. Have a good day.
Well, guys, I'm going to be honest. I didn't mean to make this TikTok tonight, but I'm just out here working after having a nice family dinner and putting this new starter in the John Deere. Got a nice aftermarket one right there. The old one's chilling over there. And I'm just sitting here, putting this beam in that holds up the front end loader on it. Lift cylinder goes from here over to here. And these pins, they're just pins. They don't hold on anything there except by a cotter pin on either side, no big deal. I went to go put this thing into place here, and any of you guys see a potential problem that just scared the ever-living daylights out of me realizing? Yeah, I went to go push this thing into place, just hanging here off the hoist, and boom, the tractor fires up with the brand new starter. I want to tell you guys, the starter works absolutely wonderfully. However, I just got the shock and fright of my life. Ain't about it.